Garcia with Outlaw Desert Racing.
Here it goes. One, two,
Look,
three. We're live now, buddy.
right on.
Wow, this is amazing. So here we are.
What's up,
Yeah,
guys?
how you
What's
doing,
up,
man?
man? Drew? Yeah. This is Drew Garcia with Outlaw Desert Racing.
And Michael Gonzalez with New Mexico Motor Events, and we thought we'd just hop on here and do a 2024 season recap.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah,
That sounds awesome.
yeah. Not that our season actually ends, but just what's happened up until now, because we're already in December.
Ooh,
That's
I
12
know,
months, just like
man.
that.
Thanksgiving
Boom.
was last weekend. I've had off-road runs at Razorville. We had all
Awesome.
kinds of stuff going on, and you got
Awesome.
shows coming up, man.
Yeah, we got
Man, I am pumped.
that's
Toys
good.
for Tots, baby.
Oh yeah, it's coming. It's coming. So we each have a laundry list of stuff to talk about. Like we said, kind of a 2024 recap, and then at the end we'll tell you what's going on with our big event, the last big event for us for the year where we come together and make
Cafe
it.
Bella.
Oh, there you go, and make it happen. So yeah, for us, the 2024 season started right away with our traditional January cans and cars cruise. We have about 50 let me see, 50 to 70 people that show up to that. We usually have sponsors, so we really appreciate that. We usually start at Cafe Bella, and then we go to another venue and then end at another location. So this year was a stellar year again. And the reason that we do it in January, Cans and Cars Cruise benefiting St. Felix Pantry in Rio Rancho. So, like right now is the holiday season, and a lot of people like to give and donate and help other people in the community that need help. But what happens after Christmas is all the food banks, their inventories drop down low,
Yeah.
and there's not a lot of entities that are doing food drives in January, and that's where the people in need really need the help. So that's why we do it in January. New Mexico is still number one for childhood hunger. And you can go online, you can Google that, you can ask ChatGPT. It's it's a real deal, man. These are families that don't have enough to feed their kids. And when the food runs out and the resources run out, they're out. The statistics on how many kids that get discounted or free lunches at school is way bigger than you imagine, unless you've had to experience that. So that's one of the reasons we do that. It also jumpstarts our year, and we like to get the vibe going. We're saying this is a 2024 season kind of update, but we're 12 months. Drew's 12 months. I'm 12 months. We don't do like, oh, everybody's going on vacation or, oh, the weather's cold. We do it rain or shine. We've never shut down an event for weather. And, we have great weather in New Mexico, so we're blessed.
Yeah, so
So how yours? Yeah.
shout out to all the guys, all the customs, the bikes, the hot
Yep.
rods, the
Yep.
slam cars, the
Absolutely.
tuners, slam dualies, everything. I mean, you guys always come together and you're doing fundraisers, you're raising food for the pantries.
Everybody.
There's all kinds of cool stuff. So thank you everybody. Yearwood Performance, man, all
Yeah.
them over there, they're
They're always,
amazing.
yeah.
Always helping out, always sponsoring. I
Yeah.
think it's really cool.
Yeah.
And and then me on my side, Outlaw Desert Racing, we're always giving back for the veterans and the first responders. So we
Yep.
appreciate you. Thank you, veterans and active duty. We're always out and about. We're doing crew support at the races. We do a lot of race support down in El Paso, Texas with Store, Texas Off-Road Racing Association. They got the big Revenge 200 coming
Nice.
up next weekend, and
Nice.
all the New Mexico boys are about to get down over there. So we've got a lot of race cars prepped and ready to go, so it's going to be pretty cool. But
Cool.
back to the show stuff, man. I mean, we got a lot of things going on. And then that year in review that you had, I mean, you had a lot of shows going on.
Just events in general. Our mantra is if it's got wheels, bring it on out. There's a couple events that we're involved with that are specific. We don't do too many of those. One of those is a really good one. It's a global event. It's called the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride.
Oh, that is so
And
cool,
for a
man.
number of
Yeah,
years, I had the pleasure of being the ambassador for New Mexico. And we took it from like 60 all the way up to right under 200
wow.
participants. Worked with Troy Rivas, passed it over to him. It's his time to shine and take it from there. But yeah,
Nice.
that's a great event. It's massive. There's a lot of moving pieces. Again, sponsorship, people getting behind it. And that one is about men's health and prostate cancer. So, there's a lot of benefits out there. There's, things for people that have passed away. There's families in need. There's medical things. not a lot of events that are focused on men's health
Right.
because people don't like to talk, men don't like to talk about their mental or physical health status. And that's what that event's about. We get dressed up in dapper clothes
Yeah,
and
that is so
it's
cool,
a
man.
spectacle. And
Yeah.
it's kind of crazy to see 200 bikes do anything. And even worse, trying to wrestle them because it's like wrestling cats, but we pull it off.
Yeah.
So yeah, that happens every year. That's a really good event. And it happens simultaneously global in like, I don't know, anywhere from 80 to 120 different countries at the same time.
Wow.
And the numbers are off the charts in millions for funds raised because it's the equivalent of like a walkathon, but on motorcycles,
Right, right.
right? So
Yeah.
you ride for the cause and then that's donated.
And everybody's looking fly, man. It's
Yeah,
looking good.
yeah, it's a fun time,
Yeah.
men and women, and it's good to be a spectacle. I'm looking forward to participating in future years as just a rider, not an organizer, not a meeting goer, and all that.
You are too.
I put in my time. It's good to pass it. And my personal thought is, if you can't create a structure for something or a series that can be transferable to someone else, then the potential of it dying out
Right.
and ending is really high. So we just got to keep things moving. So yeah, it has been a really stellar year. We diversified. We started doing events with a couple of the import stamp scene regional promotion companies. There's two of them. One's called Low Class, and
Yep.
we've done some events with them. We went to their big 10th year anniversary Spring Fest down in Santa Teresa, New Mexico, and we took
Oh
the Cafe
man.
Bella shop truck down there,
You did.
hauled it down there. We went with our buddies at Limited and Company. That was a really good time. They had a massive turnout at it was kind of like an
It's like
aerospace
it's
museum.
a airplane museum,
Yeah,
right?
and
The
they have some
Eagle
amazing
Eagle
things
or
here.
something or
Yeah,
okay.
it's a big eagle, flying eagle, flaming. I apologize,
Yeah, yeah.
but it's a cool venue, and it's right on the border between El Paso and Santa Teresa, New Mexico. So
Oh, nice.
sometimes they slip up and try and say that it's El Paso in Texas, but it's not. And you know what flag?
Representing
You
New
know what flag
Mexico.
I had in
What's
my
up?
truck. So yeah, we were messing around. We did that show. It was a massive turnout. They had music, they had all kinds of vendors and stuff. And
Nice.
then we decided to participate in the two-step
Oh
competition.
yeah. And
So
what
we
happened?
figured,
What happened?
we figured we took it on a trailer, so if something weird happens. So yeah, we got in line. It was dark. They had some amazing vehicles out there, some local shops representing. And then out of nowhere, um, we rolled in and we went 3 rounds. So we went with a local tuner shop. We won that round, and then we went with an independent. That it was, I guess he's a college student, a tech student.
Wow.
His car was amazing. That
And
thing
there was
was
that.
loud.
Then there was that
Then
SEMA bill.
for the final, yeah, we look over and the 6x6.
Hummer, right?
Yeah, it's like a $900,000 bill that was built in France.
That's
Went to SEMA,
crazy.
Barrett Jackson,
It's a nice bill.
Hellcat. Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
El General,
Oh,
the general. So he rolls up, and I was like, man, this is gonna be crazy. I told my son, I'm a little worried about this. That's a lot of money. And my son says, don't worry, Dad. It's just a Hellcat. Anyway, so we battled. There's a video out there.
nice.
We'll put a link on this one so you can see it. And yeah, we ended up battling with the El General, and we took the gold, baby.
That's awesome,
Won.
man.
And so that was
Good
a good
job.
time. Thanks. It was
Heck
fun.
yeah.
We didn't hurt the truck, but I will, full disclosure, I accidentally left the nitrous on for the last one. So yeah, the truck's still together, still runs. It's all
Awesome,
good.
man. Awesome.
Anyway,
Yeah,
so
and then I was down in El Paso. We were racing with Outlaw Desert Racing.
nice,
We had our Ford Explorer. It's a 3-seat off-road race machine, fully linked, coilovers, bypasses,
nice.
and we had a veteran, Artie Gomez. You're out there. Shout out to you, brother.
Veterans.
So we went racing down there, and we were doing good on the first lap out there. We were
Hitting it.
battling, and yeah, we are doing like 80, 90 miles per hour, and we were doing pretty good. And we tried to have controlled speeds of like 55, maintaining
Right.
through the desert. And then we started losing the brake line. We brought it in and then went
Oops.
out for the second lap and we ate it into a ditch. Pretty
No.
much. So got it, wadded up the front end, ripped off the whole right.
Is that technical term? Wattage the front end?
It's gone.
It's like this. It's like a fist.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
that's not
So,
good. That's not good.
but hey, everybody was okay. We were safe. We had a good time. The veterans had a good time.
Cool.
So,
Glad nobody got
and
hurt.
thank you for all the veterans that helped us that weekend down there. So,
That's
uh,
awesome. There's a lot of activity down there.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We brought it back to the Mad Lab. Amos Baca, he's
Oh
got
yeah,
it.
he's awesome.
Team Preston, and he's already got it rebuilt, ready to go. So
Nice.
we're ready for the next race, and we're going to try to have it out at Toys for Tots this weekend. So
Sweet.
all the kids
Sweet.
out there, you want to get in the race truck or the pre-runners,
Yeah,
we're
they'll
going to
be on
have.
full display. You're not going to hurt them. You're not going to
Yeah,
scratch those ones.
exactly. And mom and dad, if you want to get in there too, that's cool. Let's go. So
Yeah, do it.
it's all good, but we'll have pre-runners. We got Haskell Ride, his class 10 buggy. He's going to have it there at the
Nice.
show. Lego from Team Preston, Amos Baca. They're sponsored by Bill Stein Shocks, full
Nice.
blown. They're going to have their race truck out on display and a lot of pre-runners, but we'll be representing on the off-road end this weekend at Toys for Tots.
Now, Preston's build, it's a tribute for people that live with different situations, right?
Well, it's a spectrum,
Yeah,
autism,
autism,
New
yeah,
Mexico,
autism awareness type vibe.
autism awareness. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's
and
cool.
if
That's
you
really
look at
cool.
our race trucks
Yeah,
and our
that's
pre
really cool.
runners, we have puzzle pieces everywhere,
And
and
that's what it means.
that's to represent everybody with autism out
Nice,
there. So,
nice.
yeah.
That's
So,
awesome. Good
yeah,
job, man.
absolutely,
Good job on
absolutely.
that. Good job on that.
But yeah, and then we had this weekend, for the last Thanksgiving. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
family.
I did the traditional eat the turkey and the whole thing. How about you, man?
Oh, it was great. Too much food,
Yeah.
we
Is
did
that
great.
thing?
Oh yeah.
Is that thing? Can you do too much food?
I don't know. No, I'm a pumpkin pie guy with
Are you?
cream, and that's
Yeah.
my weakness. So
I put I don't know if you caught it, but I put one of my diecast cars on the pumpkin pie and
I did. I seen that. That's freaking
I
awesome,
posted it
man.
up. That's not off
Yeah.
the web. I did that.
Yeah.
And then Andrea, my girlfriend Andrea, she took a picture of that and posted it to all her friends in Seattle. She's like, "This is what it's like
That's
being
great.
for the car guy."
That's
Yeah,
cool.
it was classic.
So yeah, after that, we headed out to Razorville. Bobby
Cool.
Sanchez is doing an amazing job out there. If you haven't been out to Razorville and you're an off-road enthusiast, and you could have quads, dirt bikes, Jeeps, any off-roader, rock crawler from hardcore to easy daily drivers,
Yeah,
and of course UTVs,
work trucks,
Razorville
whatever.
is the place for you. If you don't have an off-road vehicle, you can go out there and relax, watch the sunsets. They
It's
have
really easy to get
ATVs.
into.
Oh
We've
yeah,
delivered coffee out there in the shop truck,
yeah,
and it's
absolutely.
just off the road a little bit.
Yeah.
They groom the road, and they have actual parking. So yeah, if case you've never heard of Razorville, it's in the direction when you hear about going to the end of Southern in Rio Rancho. It's about halfway, and it's right after the asphalt,
Well, when
right?
the asphalt ends on
It's the second,
Southern
yeah,
Boulevard, it's your third
third,
left,
third
and
left,
you'll
and they have
see the
banners.
sign on the power pole. So yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. But it's a beautiful place. They have fire pits and they have free water.
restrooms.
Yeah,
So
I mean it's
it's kind
just
of like a
good
private
hangout.
off-road park, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It is.
and a starting point
Yep.
for excursions from there out into the
Absolutely.
area.
Or if you're
Yeah,
just that older couple and you have your RV and you
old
just
like
want to
me.
get away,
Oh,
well,
I don't have
yeah,
an
that's
RV.
me, right?
I got too
Right.
many toys in an RV.
But if you want to go hang out and you
Just
want to
chill,
camp out and
s'mores.
yep, absolutely. So
That's
check it
awesome.
out. And you can Google it. You can Google Earth,
Yeah, it's
Razorville,
a nice venue.
whatever.
They
But
keep it real clean. It's organized. They have cameras. They have security set up when they're not there, so people don't trash it. It's a really nice, privately owned, like off-road destination or starting point.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then of course you can unload, your vehicles are safe,
Yep.
and you can go off-roading out and through the Rio
They have
Park.
big
It's
fire
pretty cool.
pits
Yeah.
and all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah, so they had their Thanksgiving poker run for
How did that go?
Thanksgiving weekend. It was
Good.
great.
Good.
It
Good.
was real mellow. It was wonderful. A lot of nice rides. There was dune buggies. There was quads.
Cool.
We had some hardcore rock crawlers, and of course, I brought the ODR pre-runner
Nice.
Ranger. So yeah, Ford Ranger. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was cool,
He's been
and we
building
just
that.
hanging out.
Him and Mr. Baca have been doing science projects at midnight. I get pictures. Hey, dude, look what I'm doing.
Yeah, the Mad
Yeah,
Lab.
that thing's getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah,
That's awesome. Well, that's really cool, man.
yeah.
Yeah. What other kind of recap stuff? Let's see. There's another brand. They're more regional. They're out of like New Jersey. and they go all the way to California, and they even do one in Costa Rica, I think.
Oh wow, is that the
Yeah,
low
I
class
think
or which
no,
one
and
is
the other
this
one,
one?
this is
Okay.
import tuner.
Oh,
So
nice,
low
nice.
class
Okay.
is regional, like kind of Southwest vibe,
Oh, gotcha.
but
Okay.
import tuner goes to Nevada. They go California all the way up to New Jersey. They do, I think they do Illinois. They go Florida, all over the place, and they go. They have one out of the country. So they have a good vibe. We did some shows with them. We did some two-step stuff with them. Well, one of them I took the classic. I took the '57 Fairlane,
Oh, sweet. I love
and
that car.
we just go to participate and meet people. But we lucked out. We got the oldie prize. We had a little trophy. That was
Nice.
cool. Very
Nice.
nice. But yeah, just to offer diversity and kind of mix it up. But yeah, so we have those two regional and one national, one regional, one national. Kind of they're in the forefront. There's some other ones that trickle in. But these guys right now, they've got New Mexico on their map,
Nice.
and they plan on keep on coming. And they're fun to work with. They're nice guys. We've done some vending with them, and
Yeah.
then just some participation. So they're real decent. They understand the market here, and they're fun to work with. So what else we got going on? Oh, how could I forget? 50 weeks a year, tacos and rides,
Tacos and
right
rides
here.
every Friday night.
Cafe Bella Coffee. We don't care if it's wind, if it's rain, if it's snow, if it's sleet, or if it's just hot. We're here. It
Seven
used to
to
be,
nine.
yeah,
Seven to
7
nine.
p.m. to 9
All
p.m.
right.
In
Cool.
the middle of the middle of the summer, sometimes we have to start early because there's so many people. But or if we do a collab, like we did a pre-meet one night before low class, and that was our biggest event
Wow.
for 2024. We took this whole, I'm going to say, neighborhood
Right.
after hours, and it was nice. And we usually have Rio Rancho PD so people don't mess up. And yeah, it was a really cool event. The weather was perfect. People were excited.
Man,
And then we went to the event the next day and saw everybody.
I know I bring it up all the time, but I love how the mini trucks are coming back with the dancing beds,
Oh yeah,
hydraulic
put there.
tilt.
One of the crews put a
Yes.
decal on there. Yeah, it's a throwback. I mean, you and I grew up with that,
Oh yeah.
but for the younger enthusiasts, they never knew that like a Mazda or a Nissan or a Ford Ranger, they would take them and slam them. They didn't have they didn't have coilovers for them. They did hydraulics where they were just static dropped, and they would cut the top off them and make the tops
Oh yeah.
like removable.
Yep.
And that was a
Absolutely.
big vibe,
Oh
man.
yeah.
Big vibe.
Absolutely. And
Yeah,
and when I lived in California, we were all into the slam dualies, the Chevys, the 5.7 Beltec slams,
nice,
roll fans. I mean, we put them in the weeds, brother.
nice.
So it was cool.
Yeah, I too hail from well, I was born here in New Mexico, of course, and I rep New Mexico hard. But I did spend a number of years growing up in Pacific Northwest in Seattle,
Mm,
and the vibe up there, same thing, man. When it hit, it hit.
yep.
So yeah,
Absolutely.
but it's cool to see diversity. There's a lot of different clubs that specialize in specific things, and they like to have kind of like their own thing, which is totally cool. The events that we do are generally open to all rides, all styles, all makes, all years. So it's a really great evening here at Tacos and Rides.
Yeah.
When you roll in, and there's like everything under the sun out there, everything,
Absolutely.
all inclusive.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
like
even all the off-roaders, you got your
yeah,
regular Jeep, and
or some of those
it's a
lift
crawler, or
and
yeah, you
yeah,
got a
SEMA
25,000
vehicles. Yeah,
suspension. Yeah, bring it on out.
yeah,
It's
like
cool.
Goliath Customs, they bring
Yeah.
their stuff out periodically.
Yeah, I
There's all
notice
kinds of stuff.
even the Broncos, the new Broncos, there's a
Yeah,
bunch of them showing
yeah,
up. So
that's a
that's
cool,
cool. That's cool.
cool
Yeah.
vibe. Motorcycles, whatever, man, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So yeah, keep in mind if you're out and about and you just want to hang out for a couple hours, our series is there for you to be kind of like a neighborhood thing. There's no requirement that you come into the restaurant and buy anything. We do offer restrooms. We just ask that you don't buy food and beverage from other venues and bring it into the restaurant because there's a little how it happens because there's a little thing with the environmental department.
Right.
So other than that, you know, we see a lot of stuff, but and then we offer food too. So if you want to try our street tacos or something else, we're here for you.
Oh
But
yeah, let's talk.
yeah. So what else? Thanks, man.
Well,
What
not
else?
much, we got a lot of, the bike motocross scene. It's huge here in New
Yeah,
Mexico.
yeah.
We
Moriarty
got the New
MX.
Mexico Race Coalition. You got Moriarty Motocross.
Nice.
You got the new um, uh, Heart Bar Ranch Motocross in Tularosa. They just had a
La
debut
Rosa.
opening. Sorry we couldn't make it to this last one. We've been going to races and we had trailer issues and stuff, but we promise we're going to get out there here pretty soon. But they got a lot of good stuff going out there. Mr. Barboa, he's, putting on ride clinics out there. So shout
Cool.
out to him, Mr. Anderson, he's a pro rider and he represents from Moriarty, New Mexico, excuse me. And, he's out there on the pro AMA circuit. So a lot of good things going on. Also, Deanna and Chi at Moriarty Motocross are doing amazing things. And for all you little kids out there, if you're BMX racing at Duke City BMX,
Oh
I
yeah.
mean,
They're
even our
still
kids
yeah
raced out. Well, we raced out there back in the day.
yeah
And you want to
yeah.
step it up and you want to get
Great
into
sport.
motocross, get
Great
out to
sport.
Moriarty Motocross.
Yep.
There's all levels to start on. Even if your kid's 3 years old and you
Yep.
want to start them on a Strider bike,
Yep.
the little
Learn the
they don't
balance.
have pedals, they race them out there. Also, Duke City BMX has that too. They
Yeah,
have
they
the
do.
Strider bike. So
Yeah, it's a
and
great way.
and you can buy those at RNS Power Sports. So
Nice, nice.
for the
Another one of
little
our
ones,
sponsors.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we
So
like working with these groups.
but yeah, other than that, we got a lot of racers here, hardcore that race Baja, Herman and Austin Johnson, Metal Center, they're one of our sponsors. But they just raced Baja 1000. They did a real good job out there trying to get to the finish. I don't know if they meet the time limit on there, but it was a battle, and I know they
Hardcore stuff, man.
yeah, exactly. But shout out to Metal Center there. And then you got the Faulkner boys, Jonathan Faulkner down in Las Cruces, and or he's working in Hobbs. I don't know. He's all over the place down there, but he races the trophy trucks down there. Also, Josh down there with Throat Punch Performance. Shout out to you guys.
Nice,
They got a brand new facility down
nice.
there in Las Cruces, New Mexico. So
We should do an
if you
event there.
need, yeah, exactly. Hey, Josh,
How many acres?
yeah,
Yeah,
he has literally a 5 acre lot.
nice. I
Yeah,
think we can do something
absolutely.
with that.
Right, right.
Yeah,
So, if you're looking for a new UTV or a used one, or you need, repairs and performance upgrades on your UTVs,
nice.
but they race trophy trucks, so they know what
They
they're
know how to
doing.
build stuff.
They know how to build them, and they race Baja. They just went down to Baja 1000 also. So those guys are very hardcore, and it's all here in New Mexico.
Nice.
So,
So competitive off-road racing. Drew cracks me up because I'll be watching social media things like the RTR Ford commercial, and then I'll flip down, and there's Drew with an RTR driver, the
oh yeah,
gentleman that
yeah.
drives their off road. What's his
Oh
name?
yeah. Well, we got
I met him
Heath.
at SEMA one year, but I don't remember his
Yeah,
name.
yeah, absolutely. So he leaves out of Farmington, New Mexico, and he's doing big
What's
things. He
his name again?
sponsored Mr. Healy.
Healy.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so he's a RTR um, racer,
yeah,
and he does promos and
yeah.
everything
We're gonna
for
have to cut that.
him.
This is space this thing.
Nah, it's okay.
Yeah,
No
heck
big
yeah.
deal.
Here we'll start it
No big,
right now.
no big deal.
Lauren Healy. That's it.
Lauren Healy.
Okay.
No, you knew what his
Yeah,
name
yeah,
was.
yeah.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Yeah,
So
I mean,
yeah,
we're talking about everything under the sun.
yeah. Cool.
Yeah,
And you'll edit all
and
this.
we're not spring chickens
Yeah,
anymore.
I
I
know it
forget
is.
stuff all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's crazy. I
like
spaced that.
I don't think I've eaten today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, Lauren Healy out of Farmington, New Mexico, and
dude.
he's
Yeah,
killing it. He's one of the big boys now, and he started racing with us when we had Outlaw Desert Racing here at Montesa Park.
awesome.
Here's
How about that for history?
two. He was
Yeah,
in a regular rock crawler,
nice.
and he's gone all the way. King of the Hammers, Racing Baja. He does Creighton, Wisconsin, short course racing,
That's
and
wild.
he's one of the big boys on the circuit
And
now.
Drew
So
just walks up to him and says, "Here, let's take a picture."
yeah,
And I'm like, "Drew,
absolutely.
what are you doing,
Yeah.
man?"
good friends of mine, and he donated all his driving suits, and that's what we use for our veterans and our first responders.
That's right. I've seen
So,
it.
and they
Yeah.
all say Lauren Healy on the
That's
back.
awesome.
So thanks,
Repping New
Lauren. We
Mexico.
appreciate you. We love you, brother.
Repping New
And
Mexico.
then, yeah, we got other racers. Ryan Bowen out of Moriarty, New Mexico. He's the crew chief and works on UFC legend Cowboy Cerrone's
Cerrone.
cars.
Yeah.
Cowboy Cerrone races a Mason all-wheel drive TT trophy spec truck that he races Martelli Brothers, Best in the Desert, Score.
He's doing interesting things. He's got a facility out there. You were
Oh,
telling me
man,
about that.
it's state of the art. The BMF
So
Ranch.
it's
Yes,
so it's
sir.
a ranch, but it's a training facility,
Oh,
and then they do
yeah.
all kinds of different disciplines of things they do, like
Absolutely.
weapons training, grappling. I mean,
Yep.
what don't they do out
And
there?
then those fighters, they have dorms out there, so they
Yeah,
have their own apartments.
but it's a work stay type
Oh
environment,
yeah.
right? They make them
Well,
mend
they
fences.
have to earn their way. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have to work the buffalo and then also
Wow.
the horses. They got to feed them. They got to clean up after them,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then all the chickens, the eggs. They got to do all that,
Man,
man.
that's got to be wild for
Yeah.
someone that's like grew up inner urban somewhere,
Right.
and then they hook up with this ranch opportunity for training, and then they go, let's go to New Mexico and train, and then
Right.
they find themselves out there cleaning
Yeah.
stalls.
We went to the Jelly Roll concert, and we're in
Yeah,
line, the whole line trying to get up
sure,
there to
sure, sure, sure.
Mesa del Sol or whatever
Yeah,
it's
where
called
the
now.
snake is.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
sir. I think that's where we were stuck in
yeah.
traffic at the
Everybody
time,
gets stuck there.
right? And then I look up Facebook and he's at Cowboys Ranch hanging out before the
You
concert.
do it, yeah. It's like, yeah.
Man, it's
But
like
they're the car that they let go by.
right, right.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, but
yeah.
that
They
was
did a
cool.
video. They go, "This is for us."
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that video
So he has a saloon, he has a
in the. Yeah,
merchandise store all on his ranch.
smart,
He has his own barber shop. And
nice.
that's when Jelly Roll and all their tour bus
Yeah,
stopped and they got haircuts there
cool,
and they were
man.
hanging out with cowboys. So
Well, that's a
that's really
good,
cool.
not too far place for
Yeah.
them to like kind of get the road
Oh
miles off,
yeah,
and that way
absolutely.
they're at the right vibe.
Plus he's sponsored by Can-Am, so they have a racetrack there for
So they have toys for them.
oh yeah.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
it's real cool. But Ryan Bowen, he gets to work on all that.
Yeah,
He gets to race with them, Ryan and all his
right. Yeah, some
handsome. So
people in that whole segment. It's wild.
yeah, yeah, we love Apex Power Sports. They're out of
Oh,
Moriarty and they're
I
a
found them.
major sponsor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're super nice people.
And
Yeah.
wicked facility,
Oh
right?
man, I posted up some pics of that, man. They got this fabrication shop. They're really into they do a number of things, but their UTV modification fabrication is
Absolutely.
massive, right? It's like,
It's not your normal
no, it's
UTVs.
all custom.
So if you want something full blown 500 horsepower Can-Am, go to Apex.
Yeah,
If you want to score best in the desert, race chassis, full blown
right.
state of the art from Kings, Foxes, whatever, go to Apex. Yes, it's in Moriarty and it's full blown there.
The
So
thing that I found real curious about their shop, well, intriguing, is that not only are they working on name brand vehicles, modifying them for competition or for recreation, but what I was viewing in there, because they have all that technical CNC equipment and lathes and
mhm,
mills and all that stuff,
they make everything.
if they don't have a part
They
that
won't
they
make it.
need, they make it. And you don't really see that too much anymore.
No,
Unless you do, like if someone happens to be a machinist
right,
engineer,
right.
and I know some people that will make prototypes. Jeff, buddy Jeff, with the GTO club
Oh, nice, nice.
in the Datsun Nissan club, he will fabricate a prototype on his printer,
Yeah, absolutely.
and
Okay.
then he'll either use that or get it made in a different material.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah.
Solo guy.
So
He's like,
3D
I don't have
printed,
this.
they make it
I
out of
don't,
metal.
yeah, well,
Okay,
like he was
or
doing like a
build.
brake upgrade for something and no one made the bracket. And he's like, okay. So he draws it up, makes it,
Yep.
and prototypes, and then sends it and has it made.
Yeah, that's definitely
It's awesome.
Apex out there. They fabricate, they can machine anything,
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Super nice people too.
absolutely. Yes.
Really laid back.
Yeah, so Ryan Bowen's coming up in the racing. He's a big racer here in New Mexico, and he started sportsman, but now he's starting to run pro, and he's running strong. He's got a new chassis, Can-Am, and he's doing very good. So
Are
we'll
those
see.
point series? Are they regional, national, or is there big prize purses? How does that
Well,
structure?
yeah. So you got Best in the Desert, you got the Martelli brothers, the Mint 400, the California 300. I mean, those big ones, you're running for money, and
Yeah.
It costs a lot to enter. But
Are
if you
those like
can,
factory sponsored,
yes,
manufacturer
yeah. So
sponsored?
it's nothing but the best up there. But if you podium, you're coming home with a big check. So now the local regional stuff like
Hmm.
Store, Texas, and around New Mexico and Arizona, you're running for trophies and plaques,
Right.
and you're running for series points, and then I believe they win cash at the end.
Nice.
So, but pro
Cool.
classes, they definitely get cash back too. So.
That's cool, man. That's
Mhm.
interesting. And I imagine some of these manufacturers are doing prototype testing
Oh,
for their
absolutely.
sponsored
Absolutely.
vehicles.
A lot of
Yeah.
tire testing, light
Yeah. Suspension
testing,
parts,
shocks. Yeah,
whatever. Yeah.
absolutely.
That's really
Yes.
cool. That's
So
really
a
cool.
lot of cool stuff going on. And then we have a couple other racers. Ken Brown, he's out of Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Cool.
He's racing an RNS Power Sports Kawasaki.
Right. Great.
And he does real good and he's coming up. So
Awesome.
and I think he's stepping up into a bigger level, faster vehicle. Love to see him in a truck, but
These guys,
yeah, it's average age. I mean,
30s,
Ryan's, in his 20s, and
20s.
then we
Yeah.
got guys in their 50s. So, it just depends.
You don't have
I'm 51
you
and
don't have
I'm
this guy.
I'm still racing, but not all the time. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
it's all
good.
good. But yeah, and then we got a lot of people, Amos Baca and Haskell Wright and Garrett Wright and there's just a bunch of people from New Mexico. And then shout out to Scott Baxter. He's got the Class 5 Unlimited out of Rio Rancho, New Mexico, and he's about to battle. It's going down this weekend in Laughlin, Nevada.
Nice.
So good luck to you, buddy.
So if anybody that's viewing, if you're not tuned in to the off-road scene and what's going on with these different sanctioning bodies and series and one-off and tracks and stuff, all you got to do is go over to Outlaw Desert Racing on their social media on Facebook. It's mirrored. A lot of it is mirrored on Instagram, but it's Facebook strong. And between Drew and the other people that are involved, they're forever, mostly Drew, forever posting all these different interesting clips and TikTok videos and reels and interviews. And yeah, there's a ton of info. So if you have an interest in that, just hop on over there to Outlaw Desert Racing
Yeah,
right here on
yeah,
Facebook,
ready.
and you can look through thousands of clips and pictures.
Yeah,
Not hundreds, thousands.
our logos on NASCAR trucks,
There you go.
house cars, and all,
That's cool, man.
drag
That's
racing
cool.
vehicles. I mean, people just representing, branding us,
How
so
long
we
has that been
appreciate it.
around?
So I think we've been doing this for about 24 years now.
So they're new.
So yeah.
24 years.
So we've been around a while, and
Yeah,
yes, we're the OGs here in New Mexico. So
that's
it's
cool,
pretty
man.
cool. And then also Jackie, he's a new racer coming up. He's out of Rio Rancho, New Mexico. He's got a state-of-the-art chassis. And
That's
then
awesome.
one more shout out to Sandia Trailer and Trailer Sales out of Moriarty, New Mexico. If you need a
Yeah,
trailer, go check them out.
we like
They'll hook you
trailers.
up. But they're desert racers, and they all race
Nice.
with us.
Nice.
So they're racing in store. They're running strong. They're in the points running right now.
Nice.
And so good luck to you guys
They're in it to win it.
uh,
So if you need a
here in
good
a couple
trailer to
weeks.
get your ride going.
Yeah, yeah. So what else you got for shows? And then we'll talk about Toys for Tots.
Well, we do a lot of meets, we do a lot of cruises and stuff. So again, sticking with the vibe of what we're doing here tonight, 2024, we did a couple burger cruises. The one that sticks out in my mind is the one you were involved with this
Yeah,
one. That was the burger cruise to Hub City Brewing
yeah,
in Belen, New Mexico.
yeah. That's a cool little spot.
Cool little brewery. They do food. They're right on the rail, and there's some history to the building. It used to be in the old like Harvey Hotel, people traveling across the country in trains, they would stop there for a rest. And
Yeah.
there's actually on the other part of town, there's a little Harvey house where the women
Oh,
and that
wow.
worked in it, there's a museum there. So yeah,
Very
it's kind of cool to get around New Mexico and find these little eclectic things. But we had a good time. Uh,
The raffle was awesome there.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was fun. So we had some funny pictures and some funny prizes, and yeah, we have a good time. We like to do different things, and uh, on New Mexico motor events side, uh, we try to focus on highlighting small local independent businesses.
Cool.
So like our rest stops or our food stops or our destinations, they'll stop or end at a small venue. So we like doing that because the big guys, they have all the money that they need to do all that stuff. But yeah, so we had a really good time. We appreciate the opportunity to work with different venues. And then let me see what else. Oh, we had the seventh annual turkey ride. This is a ride that we just came up with because you're so like overeaten after Thanksgiving
Oh yeah,
and the weather's cold.
yeah,
Like, what if you got on the motorcycles, bundled up, and went out there and rode for a while? So yeah,
absolutely.
we just did our seventh annual turkey ride. It's a motorcycle run. We had some slingshots this time, and then we had one vehicle that was trailing
Yeah,
the safety.
that's
Adam and Hannah.
yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
love it.
awesome.
They're so
Those guys
cool.
are awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
Three Wheel New Mexico, right?
I'm sorry.
That's at Club
Yeah,
Three
Three
Wheel
Wheel New Mexico. I
Mexico.
call them
Yeah, they're
slingshots
going to
because
be out there this weekend.
you know
Yeah.
what? I kind of challenged them.
Oh, okay.
I said I've only seen 12
Right.
at one location. So he just messaged me and I said, "How many can you get?" He goes, "I'm gonna try, man." So one of the contacts with that group, he said they're up to 14.
Wow,
So we
that's
can
cool,
more. And that's a
man.
lot.
Okay, so we had to,
And that's for the Toys for Tots.
last time they came out for what was it, the paws and uh for the dogs. What were they
Paws and
called?
Stripes.
Paws and Stripes. Okay, we'll
Did
start
you do
there.
a Paws and Stripes one?
Yeah, so we
Yeah,
went
that's
out
a
to
good
Paws
group
and
too.
Stripes.
Yeah,
Three Wheel came out and represented, but it
right.
was so hard to judge them because of all their graphics. I mean, dude, they have some cool paint jobs
It's
on
a
there.
different genre.
So when we were trying to
And the
pick who the
stereo
winner
systems
was,
of that.
oh, dude, it was like they all win,
Yeah, it's hard.
It's so
It's
hard.
hard, but it stretches our knowledge, our capabilities, keeps our eyes open on what's going on. And with on the New Mexico Motor Event side, we grab we like to do people's choice and not people's choice like friends of ours or
Right,
someone that built
right.
something. We just grab
It's fun.
people or families that come to the show that don't know about any of the operations,
Right.
and we say, "Would you like to help us judge this show?" And we usually try and do like mixed ages too,
Sure, sure.
because they'll pick a true people's choice, whatever
Yeah,
they
that's what
like.
we did last year at
Yeah.
Toys for Tots.
Yeah,
We
we do it
we
at
had
Toys
a
for Tots
younger
together.
girl, we had some teenagers,
Yeah, we've
and
been
it's
doing that, and it kind of neutralizes all that other, oh, the judges this, the that. There is no judges. We grab their people's choice,
right.
and it works out really good. So we like doing that, and we're looking forward to doing that again this year.
Yeah,
So,
Apex Design, they came through like big
oh wow,
time.
big new
The
sponsor.
plaques,
Yeah,
they look sick. They are so
yeah,
cool.
yeah. So
And
they do
then
multimedia stuff. It's awesome.
we got event shirts.
Yeah,
Yep. So we'll be
yeah.
selling those $20 cash, and they're gonna go fast. So
Yeah, with all the sponsors on them. It kind
yep,
of like looks like this poster here, but it's done up
absolutely.
so it fits on the shirt. She did a lot of work on it.
And we have logos on the sleeves also, and it's full
Yeah, they're
color.
fun adventures.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
and there's a lot of different entities out there that do different event shirts, but our stuff, we just, I don't know, maybe it's because we're all BMXers. The way
yeah.
we design is kind of like Jersey style.
Yeah, it's all
So
good.
yeah,
But what's cool, it's that some of the proceeds is going to help Toys for Tots.
absolutely. I
That
mean,
and
that's
that,
what that
that
event's
cash will
about.
go directly to them. So that'll
Yeah,
be cool. So
absolutely, absolutely. So let's see what else we got going on here. So we started with the January Cars and Cans cruise. We talked about the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride. We talked about tacos and rides, burger cruises, turkey run, and now we're on to talking about the Toys for Tots.
yeah,
So this thing we started 6 months out. So people say, "Oh, I didn't hear about the event." We started 6 months ago,
absolutely.
getting
Actually, the
ramped
day
up for us.
after last year, we
Well,
started
yeah,
working.
but I mean, as far as releasing the graphics, I
Yeah,
guess I always go
absolutely.
off that and like when we make the event.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Planning, you're absolutely right. We start talking
Yeah,
about it. We're packing up, putting our crap in the truck. Yeah,
infrastructure allocation.
yeah, absolutely.
So this year
Locations,
the
which is the biggest
Marines,
change, right?
yeah, Paul Caputo that runs with the Marines, he wanted to change the location. So he wants to from now on, we want to do different locations every year. So we are
How many years have you been working with Paul?
oh man, it's been a long time, man. Because I
It's like
originally
15
started.
years, right?
Yeah, it's been a long time. I
Yeah,
think almost 20. I don't know. It's
yeah. And then
I'm getting
Joe
old.
Joe Kelly hopped in and
Yeah,
did it for like
absolutely.
10 years
Yep, and
and
Joe's still part of us, so
yeah,
he's still
yeah,
helping out.
yeah,
We got a bunch
absolutely.
of great guys. We
The
got
parking
Larry,
guru.
Terry, we got Dylan,
Yeah, we
you
got
know,
some good people helping us out.
absolutely.
Andy from West Side
Oh
Cars and
yeah, the
Coffee.
Cobra. Oh,
Yeah,
that's cool
yeah,
part.
he's coming
Yeah,
up, and then
absolutely.
the people from JNS Cards. those trading cards for
Yes,
vehicles. They're going
yes.
to help on our ground
Oh,
crew.
and then Larry and his brother Terry Plake,
Oh, this is going to be great
they got the cool sand car A-arm
with the Mustang motor.
302
Yeah,
turbo V8.
yeah.
It's called Sandarella. It's been in the
Nice,
magazines, but he's doing a custom Hot Wheels track where it starts at the windshield, down the dune buggy, down the hood, through the A-arms, and
nice,
it's gonna be pretty sick.
nice. They're using
So
that as the structure,
yeah,
which is totally
yeah,
awesome.
and that's sponsored by the Yellow Sub
That's awesome.
restaurant.
Oh yeah, thank you.
So
Big
they're
shout out to them.
yeah, they're hooking up like 40 free sandwiches for kids. They're going to
Nice.
give gift cards
You're
away.
making me
So,
hungry.
dude, their
That's
sandwiches are
good.
bomb. It's good. Good
So
stuff.
yeah, we got a really good support. Our gold sponsor this year
Parnell,
is Parnell Law Firm,
nice.
and they're up and
Thank you.
coming in the personal injury discipline of legal representation. So their tagline is, "Yeah, if you got hurt, call Bert." And I've met him. He's a really cool guy. He
Nice.
may show up at the event, but yeah, they're our gold
Cool.
sponsor. So big shout out to
Absolutely.
Parnell Law Firm. We
Yep.
really appreciate all their support. And they've been doing some other events too. But we have a laundry list of supporters. We have tonight,
Yeah, check
we
these out.
have Enchanted C10, which is a spin-off brand or a merch brand for Katoni Customs, who's always been a good sponsor for us. But they brought some really cool, new, just hot off the press merch, swag, drip, whatever you call it. Showed up tonight before we started doing. Yeah, really nice stuff.
Love those
And
hats.
then we have, of course, Patina Customs, Jeff
Yep.
with Patina
Jeff
Customs coming
Hankins in
through.
the house. Slam
Yeah,
Dooley.
absolutely. And Limitless gonna kick some
Yeah,
stuff in.
nice.
We have some interesting invitations. We like to collaborate with other individuals that run series. We mentioned Andy from the West Side Cars and
Yep.
Coffees. He's a diehard man. That guy helps us anytime. He's participated in many of our events. He's
I
a real
always
big like scene supporter.
and he's at all car shows.
Yeah.
Like I see
No,
him
he
at the
goes
church
everywhere.
car shows.
No, he's done. Yeah, he does
Yeah.
as many as possible. And then on the flip side, you have the East Mountain Coffee and Cars.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so Jerry, that's out there that runs that, really nice guy. When we did a cruise out there and ended there, that was their largest event in the history of his series. And he's had to
Nice.
move it a couple times, but we had pictures up. There's pictures on our social. We had a massive amount of cars out there. It was awesome. Anyway, we've invited him to come out and table so you can learn about his series. So
Awesome.
sometimes it's nice to just take off, go to the backside of the mountains, and go to a different
Yeah.
Cars and Coffee. And they have some unique vehicles out there that don't really make it to metro, like urban Albuquerque, Rio Rancho area.
Yeah,
So it's good to mix it up. And
Yeah,
there's some
that's
cool
cool.
stuff out there. There's like, I don't know, they're like X, X, like National Forest power wagons with big winches and stuff, and then like really eclectic, like British classics. It's a cool vibe,
Wow.
and I recommend you guys go out there, man.
Yeah, and talking about wild, we got a cool vendor, Eric, Mild the Wild
Oh
Coast,
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Ranchos,
they've been
Mexico.
around for how long?
Oh man, I don't know, a
We were
long
talking to
time.
him. He said in the 90s
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
used to throw events, and they had a vehicle with a barbecue grill. And
Oh
when they
yeah.
hosted the event back in the day, they would just make hot dogs and
Right.
just give them away. And
Wow.
they'd do like 800 hot dogs.
That's amazing.
I didn't know because, I wasn't here
That's a lot of
until
hot dogs.
93. Yeah, that's a lot of hot dogs. Anyway, so they're still around. They do custom work. They work on all kinds of things. They do fabrication, laser, plasma stuff. They do all kinds of stuff. So he has some really cool signs. If you need, like, if you don't know where to get metal fabricated laser cut items for your build,
Go
like
to
if you
him.
want to weld them up to something, or
Oh,
if you want them
absolutely.
decorative, you want to take them and plane it. These guys, they'll be at the event. Talk them up. If you want something unique for your ride, these guys can do some amazing stuff.
Yeah, nothing's too small or too big with him. He does all the fabrication parts for our race trucks.
Yeah,
So I
those
go
guys
to
know what they're
Eric,
doing.
I cut it out of cardboard,
Can
Can
you
you
make
make
this?
this?
Exactly. I love that.
Bam!
Can you make this? Yeah, I
And then,
can.
of course, we represent the autism awareness, and
Yeah,
so he puts puzzle pieces in them, and that's why you see all the puzzles
that's
on the
awesome.
truck.
He's the
And
one
it's
that
from Wild to Wild
makes it
Customs in
happen.
Rio Rancho.
That's awesome.
Yep,
That's awesome. So we've got Joe Cowling, still a big part of what we do
yep.
with
Rio
Rio
Rancho
Rancho
tires.
Tires.
Yep.
He's offered to put his big lifted 4x4 out closer to the Cottonwood main
Yeah, by
roads.
Coors.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so that and
yeah.
help
We can
drive
direct
traffic.
traffic in there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so people can go, what the heck? Why is there a snowman in the back of that
right.
truck?
20-foot snowman.
Yeah, that's a
So
big one.
can't miss
That's a
us
big
when you're
one. Put
coming in.
this on it
So
together. You have one too.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's good. And then we've got uh
Big
I don't
Comics, they're part of Mile to Wild, but
yeah,
they're
that's right.
bringing hundreds of comic books.
Like
And
memorabilia,
I
vintage
mean,
stuff.
this guy's got like #1 Spider-Man's. I mean, he's got the real deal stuff. So, it's
That's
gonna
some
be
really
kind of cool.
eclectic stuff. So we tried to bring some vendors that are going to mix it up.
Yeah, and then you got Farmers Insurance. They're gonna come out there. That's gonna be pretty
Get you
cool.
covered, get a competitive quote. What
Oh,
about
what about the food?
well, before that, what about okay, so we had a news thing.
Okay.
Alchemy Automotive Detail.
Oh yeah.
So you guys might have saw in the news there was this
Yeah.
deal
So
where someone rear-ended a truck and the driver of the truck was faced with a decision. I guess the driver of the car, the female, got out, pointed a firearm at the guy, and he disarmed him. And then he walked back to his truck. And the driver, the female driver, went to the car again and got sidearm number two and shot him in the back and then took off. Well, believe it or not, that's our buddy
yeah.
from Alchemy Detail. He's doing fine. I talked to
Good,
him
good,
today.
good, good.
He went for a checkup.
You guys went
And
down there and helped him, right?
we were going to, but
Okay.
we referred him to Parnell Law Firm, and they got hurt, so they called Bert, and
Awesome.
they're handling all of that. But he's gonna be at the event,
Okay.
repping. His vehicle's not, but he will be. So we're
Good.
super glad that he made it out okay. I've
Wow.
never heard a story like that
That's insane.
in
Glad
my
he's
life.
okay. Yeah,
In my life, and
absolutely.
yeah, and then we have Unlimited Drone. They're coming out
Yeah.
to shoot it, so we'll have
Wow.
drone talk
That's
of that.
crazy. You got
JNS cards.
Duke City RC. They're gonna have
Yep.
all the
Oh,
RC
that's really
cars
fun.
out there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Sammy Benavides. They're gonna be out there with all the little minis, the big ones,
Yep.
and then yeah, I think I'll bring. I got a trophy truck TT.
RC car.
I got the big one.
I got a
Yeah,
little truck.
I think I'm gonna
Looks like
bring
the
it
shop
out.
truck.
Of course, it says Outlaw Desert Racing on it.
It's all right.
Hey, it's all
It's all
good.
right.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good
Get
time.
rowdy. Get rowdy.
And we can, before we keep talking about Toys for Tots, we can't thank enough to RNS Power Sports Group for letting us.
Yeah, they really stepped up and let us take over their property.
I mean, literally, we're taking over all of RNS.
Yeah,
So,
we have a site plan there. It's like a big U. We just completely wrap and engulf them, and then still have tons of attendee parking, and then there's restaurants and the bank and all
yeah,
that stuff
there's
there.
Outback and
Yeah,
Pelicans, or
plenty
you
of
go to
parking.
Chili's across the street. But we hope you help our vendors.
Oh yeah,
We
now
got
let's talk
food
about the dinner.
vendors.
So who do we have on our
Oh
lineup?
man, Los Pookies.
Pook, veteran owned. He's a Marine.
Yeah,
So yeah, he's coming out. You might know them from some of the stance events like the Boba and Cars with Limited. They're the number one choice in a lot of the different subsegments.
the
He was
burrito tacos and the
yeah,
consomme.
media.
Oh my
So
gosh,
yeah,
that's good
he's
stuff.
excited. They're looking forward to coming out. And then we have the freeze dried candy folks coming out.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I'd never had
You
one.
never had dry freeze Skittles, dude?
No.
Oh, they're
Anyway,
great.
she
It's
came
good.
down. She's going to be selling retail. She's got one of those funky little vehicles wrapped in
It's a cool little car.
yeah, it's like
Yeah, dig it.
it's like a import like Honda or Nissan or something. I forget
Yeah,
what it
yeah,
is.
yeah.
It's like one of those micro vans, but she's got it all vinyl wrapped. Super fun people, super great stuff. And then you have Pop Ice.
Italian
Yeah,
Ice, man.
those guys always win.
They're coming in strong, and they got the pops with it's the Italian ice, gelato, whipped cream.
Oh yeah, we're gonna
They
do it
got
up.
pickles. They got popcorn.
And that weather's looking good, man. I posted up
57.
yeah, 57.
Yeah.
It could get warmer. We don't know.
It's going to be good.
I'm sneaking and looking,
Yeah,
see if we
absolutely.
forgot anybody. I don't think so. Deseret?
Yeah, Deseret Off
Yeah.
Road,
Yeah.
Darren and Andrew over there. I got to pick up raffle prizes from there
Nice.
this week,
Yeah, I'll
so
be going up to
that's good.
Yearwood probably tomorrow. Thanks to Jim Coaston at Yearwood. He's always a big supporter of our events.
Absolutely. And
That's
then
awesome. So if you need,
again, Metal Center, they
yep,
they helped with all our shirts and plaques this year.
excellent,
So thank you very much. We appreciate you. So
excellent, excellent.
but yeah, man, we got a
So
bunch of
yeah,
stuff going on. And then of course RNS will be open on both sides.
nice.
So they'll have all
They're
entries
open for
open.
business that day.
Oh yeah.
The reason we know that is because when we did the original floor plan, they're like, you can't block this. And we're like, why not? They're like, because that's where we deliver the vehicles. Oh, they're planning on selling that day.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
But it's cool because the back end, we're going to
it's plenty
open
of
those
space.
stores and we'll
Yeah.
have vendors inside RNS, outside
Outside. We're gonna
RNS.
mix it up.
But bring your cars, your trucks,
Oh,
your bikes, your
Coyote.
T-Streets.
Coyote 102.
Coyote 102.5.
Yeah, they're
Yep.
gonna be out there. They're gonna have a raffle for they're giving away something fun.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
thank
they'll
you,
be playing
Sam,
music.
and all the staff at Coyote 102.5.
Yeah.
And of course, Paul Caputo with the Marines,
Paul,
Toys for Tots. Let's
the
talk
official
about
Marine
Paul.
liaison.
Yes.
Paul has been doing this
The legend.
forever. He's responsible for coordinating the entire state.
Yep.
And
That poor
yeah,
guy,
man,
he's got to get all the boxes and make sure they get
he's running.
delivered.
He's
Oh,
running.
man,
He's got to make sure
that's a
everything's
full-time
legitimate.
job.
It's always a pleasure to work with Paul. He's quite the character.
Absolutely.
It's
Yeah.
it's hard to keep up with him
Yeah.
sometimes.
No, I respect him, love him. It's cool. It's cool,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
He's got some good stories. I love
There's
it.
not a day he doesn't have a story. It's awesome. It's awesome.
So, Paul, thank you for your service. Thank you for
So
everything you do.
yeah. So Drew, let's tell everybody what kind of vehicles can come to this event.
Anybody and anything, it is cool,
Hot rod, rat rod, show rod, stance,
Bikes, custom,
muscle.
low riders,
Yeah, I mean,
whatever
boom
you
bus.
got.
There's a rumor that we may luck out and see the Albuquerque Police Department lowrider, but
Yep.
their schedule is so stacked, so we may or may not see that.
Right, right.
And I've got a bunch of feelers out there for really wide range things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And of course, Outlaw Desert Racing, Apex Power Sports. We're going to be in the house. We're going to have race trucks, race cars, pro UTVs,
Fun.
jackies will be out there. Ryan Bowen's going to be there. Cowboy Cerrone's car might be there.
Cool.
We'll have my race truck pre-runner out there. Our race support Bronco.
Daily drivers, work
Haskell Rides Class 10. I mean, and then we might
unfinished
see
projects.
some wicked we might see Goliath Customs out there with their SEMA builds. We might
They might
see we got other guys, and then John Trapp, we might see his
He's got a conflict. He
Okay.
booked another event, but
Well, much love to John though.
yeah,
He's
John's
cool,
out there
man.
doing
He's
his thing,
always representing and
doing
always
their
showing
thing.
up.
So
Absolutely. But yeah, everybody's welcome here, and all your bikes are welcome here. So I mean,
so
it's cool.
the 7th is a really busy day for events here in central New Mexico. So we're
Mm.
pretty comfortable. We've been doing this for a really long time. We know we're going to have a certain percentage of vehicles, all that. But, there's stuff going on all over. One thing that is not a direct overlap is the Los Ranchos Christmas cruise that night.
Oh,
So
cool.
Saturday night,
So
you put
let's
all the
go.
lights on your car. I'm planning on going,
That's
so I'm going to
awesome,
pack it
man.
up.
Yeah.
And I'll probably take the 57 to that and shop that
Nice,
will be over
nice.
there. So yeah, there's always something going on. And then, we're gonna have Christmas, everybody kind of chills. And then January, we'll do another.
Yep.
January, Cans and Cars Cruise. I'm working on a new end location. Got some good ideas and some good things going on. And yeah, that's
Yeah, and then
2024 in a wrap, isn't it?
yep, it is. And I got some big plans. Bobby J's, Yamaha, they got a new location in Santa Fe.
Nice.
He wants to do a show up there, so we're gonna have to do something this summer up there.
Nice.
So Santa Fe, we're coming. So
And Drew and I have been spending a lot of time working with our supporting sponsors and venues to see if we can do different locations. So I have some conversations scheduled with different organizations here in town, just like Drew, um, to do new events in new locations. So look for updates on that once we get them confirmed. I can't really leak it because it's not a deal yet,
right.
but it's pretty exciting because we try and mix it up.
Yep.
Try and
And
mix it
shout out to all you drag racers out there, at
Killing it.
Albuquerque
And once they
Dragway.
show up here,
Oh yeah, man. full blown
Ricky
vehicles
Ricky
tugged down
Daniels
Grove
in
Street.
his
Oh man,
seven. He got into the sevens in that car.
jeez, it's
Seven
rolling
second
up here,
car just rolls
man.
up with a parachute on the
Yeah,
back.
very cool,
What's
very
up?
cool. Heck yeah, man, that's awesome. And then Sandia Motor Speedway, I heard a rumor they're building an off-road
Suika Circuit
racetrack.
or whatever. Yeah,
Yep, they
yeah.
got the drift car still going on over there, but they're building an off-road racetrack for UTV, so
Cool.
they
More
want to have
diversity.
UTV racing next year. So that's really
And
cool.
then the drag track, Michael Valenzuela does the swap meet. It's super successful for him.
Very nice.
Yeah, and then Jim Costa and his brother, all that stuff out there. So there's lots of stuff to do, guys. There's all kinds of coffee and cars all over the state.
Yep,
You can
off-road.
travel.
Yep.
They have them in Los Alamos, Santa Fe, Las Cruces. Four Corners has like a Friday night cruise thing that they do. And then out near the res and stuff, they've got a whole vibe. A whole Four Corners Mafia comes down and infiltrates all over the place.
Las Cruces has a lot of things going on
Yeah,
there between there and El
there's all
Paso.
kinds of
And
stuff all over the
yeah.
state. So must be present to win. Don't say that the scene's dying. All that means is you aren't going out.
Oh,
Of
I
course,
love
that's
those
my
cars.
opinion. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
I once in a while I get people say, "Oh, the car scene here," and I'm like, "How many have you attended?"
Right?
Well, I haven't got. Well, that's why it seems dead to you.
Well, I like when we're at these big shows and then the car comes up. Well, I didn't know about this.
Yeah.
Well, we've only been advertising it all year, or at least
It's
6 months.
hard. It's hard. What gets me is the conversation that comes up periodically. Why don't all you event coordinators get together and plan the year? Because we're not a university, bro. I
Yeah.
mean, everybody's an independent operator.
Right?
So I don't get salty when someone comes from out of town and does something at a big venue
Right.
on a Friday night
More
because
power
I
to
do
you.
50 nights a week
I know.
or a year.
I'm doing like
So
70 shows a year. I mean,
yeah.
I wish this younger generation would step up and start putting on their thing.
There's still the vibe. I mean, I still watch that. There's a lot of young, like Thick Scat. He's an independent. He's out there putting these meets together. He's collaborating with businesses and making events to do. That's how it all starts.
Yeah.
Some of them are parking lots. Some of them, get crazy and get kicked out and stuff like that. But it's you must be present to win. If you think the scene's not happening, then my personal opinion is you're not looking wide enough.
Oh,
Sometimes you have to go to different places.
you know what we forgot to talk about at Toys for Tots?
Tell me.
We're having an eating contest.
Oh, two contests.
Oh,
We're having a Twinkie eating contest,
yes.
which we started working with Limited, and they're very successful with that.
So you don't have to worry about chipping your teeth on
Nope,
the chicken wings.
nope, nope, nope. And we added a new one.
Uh-oh.
It's a water cup race.
Nice. That'll be fun.
Well, here's the trick. You're not just going to stand up and race. You have to squat
Oh,
to slow it down. So everybody's handicapped.
okay.
So yeah, we'll
Well,
get
that's
this
good
going.
because we don't
Yeah.
want no liabilities.
No,
So
no,
we're
no, no,
good.
no,
Good.
no, no.
Yeah, no, that's
We'll bring
cool.
some duct tape.
All right.
No, everything's cool.
Yep.
So if you have questions about the upcoming Toys for Tots, hit us directly, message us on any of the channels. So
Everything's gonna be marked really well. So look for the
yeah,
arrows. Look
yeah,
for the 20-foot snowman. RNS Power Sports is right there behind on the east side of or I should say east side of Cottonwood Mall.
yeah. It's east
And
side of Cottonwood Mall, and
so
it's
look for
south of the
Chili's, look for
southeast of the
Pelicans and
Outback.
Outback. It's
Yeah,
in that parking lot in the back, and you can't
you'll
miss
hear
it.
us.
You'll see Coyote 102.5. You're gonna see us. You're gonna see all our volunteers. They're all gonna be in
Yeah.
the Toys for Tots shirts.
Some of the search engines, and when you search for it, if you put in RNS West
Yes,
as opposed to RNS Power Sports, because then
right.
it shows the other ones.
Has all
So
the
they
other
refer to it
locations.
even internally as RNS West.
Yeah.
Because they have a number of how many locations do they have?
I believe four, or is it three?
Yeah,
3 or 4?
three
I'm
or
not
four.
sure.
So yeah, RNS West, just east of Cottonwood, is considered the Cottonwood area. Or actually, when we made the event, it pulled up and called that address with that zip code Los Ranchos.
Oh, wow.
because it's kind of North Valley-ish.
Oh,
It
really?
butts up.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because of the river right there, maybe.
yeah, I
Okay.
guess. I don't know, whoever
Interesting.
invented zip
But
codes.
it's a
So,
nice little area. It's different. You guys are gonna
a lot
dig
of
it.
space,
You're gonna like it. I mean, the way we got it set up, it's gonna be
inside,
pretty rad.
outside. You can walk through and go around.
Absolutely. Go through
Ample
R&S
restrooms.
Motorsports, and
Yeah,
they're going to be selling jet skis, quads, street bikes,
gear,
motocross,
helmets.
yeah, gear, whatever you need. It's
Yeah,
all there.
and they're
So
doing quite a business in the I don't know if it's just UTV or mules or what do you call them? I mean,
they're
just
UTVs, all-terrain vehicles.
yeah, just that whole because they have the
So
ones that look like work trucks,
right, right, yeah.
and then they have the ones for
Yeah, and
messing around.
they're gonna be doing special sales for this weekend too. So if you're interested in a new unit or you want a new Can-Am or a new Razor, definitely go see them over there.
Cool, and
So,
they have their in-house people to talk to you
oh
about
yeah, they could
how you
finance you right there.
fit it
Yeah.
into it, do all
Just sign here, we'll get you going. Yes,
that,
sir.
man. Everybody's
Yes,
got different stuff.
that's it.
So I think that's a wrap. I'm looking at the thing here, and we're 59 minutes
Okay.
and 4 seconds.
Awesome.
So we're kind of like a couple uh, uh,
There's enough
old
to
guys
edit
sitting
there.
on
So
there. Yeah, I don't even know if we'll edit. I think we'll just do it. We'll find out. So again, if you have any questions about any of the stuff that we talked about, hit us on direct message, social media, private message, whatever you want to call it.
awesome.
There's plenty of channels out there. I know on my side of the camp we have Cafe Bella Coffee, New Mexico Motor Events. We have Old Trucks New Mexico. We have Ford's New Mexico. Gente Customs is my build entity, and then Central New Mexico Cruisers.
Yeah.
And then Drew,
Yeah, we got Outlaw Desert Racing, we got Rio Rancho Off Road, we got
that's an off-road league,
Razorville.
right?
So Rio Rancho Off Road's a group
Okay.
open to
Oh yeah,
anybody from mild to wild, going on trail runs. They got
right.
their Christmas tree run this Sunday.
Nice.
So if you guys want to go cut a Christmas tree in Hamus and you want to
Legally,
meet up, yeah,
legally,
legally, you got to go buy your permit. I think a permit's like 15, $20
it's a cool
this year,
experience.
and you guys will stop, get your permits, and then head up on there. But they're all heading out at 8 a.m., and it's not
Wow.
going to be an all-day
And
run.
you have some of that posted on your
Yeah,
cross posted.
absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely. And but just go to Rio Rancho Off Road on Facebook.
cool.
So
On road or
yeah,
on pavement, off pavement. We've got you guys covered.
absolutely.
We're sorry I haven't done a lot of videos this year, but it's just been pretty busy. But this should do it. There we go. We're over an hour
Nice.
and 37
Well, this was
seconds.
fun. I hope we
Cool,
can do
man.
more of these,
Yeah,
and
we'll figure out, see if
we'll
we
figure it
like
out.
it. Do it to it.
Cool.
There's a rumor that there's a new studio being built.
Oh,
Uh-oh. Yeah.
we
All right, guys. Michael Gonzalez, New Mexico Motor Events, and
Drew Garcia, Outlaw Desert Racing, Saturday, Saturday, Saturday. Toys for Tots. We'll see
do
you
it. We'll
there.
see you there, guys.